I created this podcast to empower every woman to live life on her own terms, unapologetically. You are amazing. You are fierce. You are the creator of your destiny. You are confidence on stilettos. You're listening to Laketta of Confidence on Stilettos at MagiBeauty.com, where we empower you to tap into the feminine power within to boldly set goals and crush them by making your dreams a reality. Hey, it's your girl Laketta, and you are listening to Confidence on Stilettos. Yes, honey, I am back. Just to talk to you really quick about, yes, burning bridges to nowhere. So we're going to jump right on into this thing, because y'all know I like to keep everything kind of short and sweet and simple and to the point. So with that being said, let's go ahead, girls, and let's just jump into it. So Boss Beauties, go ahead and grab your wine, your tea, or whatever it is that you like, water as well. And let's go ahead and just talk about this whole entire topic. Let's go. I remember hearing someone once say, the bridge to nowhere. You know what? I wish I could recall who said it, but honestly, it slips my mind. So I remember writing it down and telling myself to revisit this later. Gosh, I wish I remember who said that. Hopefully by the time that this airs on my podcast, I would have found out where I got it from. Maybe I just heard it in passing. I don't know. Anyway, well, when I think of bridges, I think of like two-way, right? A going and coming. And you can use it to get to a destination, and then you can also use it to return back from a destination to the original starting point, right? In which you left. Now, many times we can't truly get to where we're destined to be because we keep turning back to go back to that place that no longer serves the version we're becoming. So honestly, when you take a step back and you tend to look at it with fresh eyes, it's truly the becoming that terrifies you. In all honesty, it's always the becoming. It's the when you're in the process and in the journey of becoming, it's like a secret destination, like it's secret compartments, and it's you don't know. It's all about revelation and in a timely way. So the becoming is what's really truly terrifying you because you can't see the next step that's in front of you. So on the exterior, on the girl, one moment, hello, on the exterior, you may be wearing like the persona of walk it how I talk it. Hey. So internally, you're screaming and you're grasping for that comfort and security that you've become accustomed to. Let me just ask you this. Has that comfort helped you grow in any way? Has it stretched you to the point that you didn't know that you were that flexible? Okay? Hello? Ow. I know for me, comfort has never made me a better version. It just made me the master of the current model of myself. Like I was able to maneuver life a little easier because I'm familiar with this version of me, right? There were no upgrades, just mastery of how to get more comfortable. At some point, I have to say this, at some point, I no longer wanted to be comfortable. I wanted to be tested. I wanted to be stretched, broken down, and built the heck back up. It's only when I decided to let my bridge burn that I truly became an asset, not only I would say to myself, but for my family and my friends. But I became an asset to this world as well. And that's what, to me, that's what it's truly about. It's truly about really, getting to the point where you view yourself as an asset. I mean, we all have been in places in our lives where, if you're honest with yourself, and I'm all about being honest with yourself because so many of us are telling ourselves so many lies. And the reason why we can't get to where we need to be is because we keep telling ourselves lies. And sometimes we have to confront emotions and stories and narratives that is not comfortable with, that we're not comfortable with. But the reason you need to confront them and you need to allow certain emotions to come up so they can be processed and you can decipher what's true and what's not, um, it's only going to be an asset. It's gonna help you become an asset because we've all been to a place where, like I said, if you're honest with yourself, you consider yourself a liability. If you like really sat back and you looked and said, okay, if I walked into X, Y, and Z's life, if I walked into X, Y, and Z's job as an employee, if I, did X, Y, and Z, it is actually going to be a burden to someone or something or to a place. I am not going to be a liability. And it's only when you get to that point where you can be that brutally honest with yourself that you can then now build yourself back up to become an asset versus being a liability. So yes, I've done the work and I'm still doing the work on myself. I do the work every single day. It's not a day that goes by where I don't confront myself. I'm not brutally honest with myself. So I continue to burn the bridges to nowhere because I need to get to a destination not having those comforting walls. Um, Sometimes I can say scares me. You know, when you're going down a path and it doesn't feel comfortable, it doesn't feel familiar, you don't know, okay, once I get to the end of this road, which direction should I go? It doesn't feel good and you feel on edge because it's just not you just don't know. So you feel on edge, you feel exhilarated sometimes. You feel that excitement. You feel, certain different emotions maybe that you haven't felt before because now you're outside of your comfort zone. But I do know that when you have nothing that you're used to supporting you, right? When you have that taken away, you become an innovator. You become optimistic. You can then take leaps of faith, take those chances that ordinarily you wouldn't take. You know, I just remember also like when I decided to step into the journey of entrepreneurship, and it was a scary thing for me, but I also knew if I stayed at my current 9 to 5 that and not take that leap, those was comforting walls for me. I wouldn't know or have become the asset that I am today for, my industry or even for my family or for the world or for myself to be able to deal with a lot of things that I have to deal with. I wouldn't have become that particular person because where I was just comfortable. I was complacent. There were so many years, and you heard me, years, where I would say, every year I would say, oh, I'm leaving here. I'm going to go ahead and take the leap and do my business, da 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 da. But then I would lie to myself, and then I would go back into that comfort zone. I'll get back to that complacent area. And then I'll do it again the next year. And then again the next year. Until one day, I guess with me even just saying it out loud every year, it just registered as an affirmation over my subconscious, like this is something that she really wants to do or that I want to do. So therefore, I'm gonna, the universe and God made it happen to the point where it was an opportunity that presented itself, and I just took the leap and left. So, um, yeah, when you get out of that mindset of comfortability, then it can become who you're really destined to be. Like I said, listen, you're talking to someone that loves, you hear me? I love to build walls to keep out all of the hurts that could find me. Walls to use, I use walls as excuses, right? Like, and excuses only sound good to those that's telling the excuse. And I have to also tell myself that. So yeah, y'all talking to somebody or listening to somebody, I should say, that built walls to keep out hurt, to keep out, certain opportunities. And I say that because yes, you be praying for opportunities, but somewhere when you're in that comfortable situation, you're afraid or you're fearful of success and what that may entail on a subconscious level. You may not even consciously realize that you're afraid of it. And I think at some level that was me. You know, I would make excuses when certain opportunities would come up, but I learned to allow, God to help me stretch and grow. I slowly let my walls down to allow love to flow to me, to allow opportunities to come my way so that I can do what I love to do, and that's to help others. A lot of us do have walls up to keep out hurt from past relationships. We tell ourselves that, we don't want, a certain type of person, or we're fine being the way that we are, when in reality you do value love. You do value it. Sometimes we just don't like, sometimes, of course, that it comes with some level of hurt. And I'm not going to say love comes with hurt. It's just sometimes we choose to love the wrong people. We choose to give ourselves have others have access to us that should not ordinarily have access to us. And I think that's when you need to go through a healing process. A lot of times we jump from relationship to relationship and we become serial daters because we're just trying to find that key, that person that's our key. And you just never know where that key is. And so you're trying to find that person, you're trying to find that hidden mystery. And so you're just jumping from one situation to the next and not giving yourself the opportunity to clear that past energy away from you. So that way the right energy and the real energy can flow to you. Now, I'm going to leave that where it's at because we can come back to that on another day. But right now, in this very moment, we're talking about these bridges because it's all about not only having goals and writing your goals down, but confidence on stilettos is about you taking action. You can't sit on these goals on a paper because they're just words on a piece of paper if you're not doing anything about it. If you're not taking any actions, you're just sitting there looking at the piece of paper, saying, okay, yeah, I got my goals down. Okay, what's the strategy? What's the strategy? Okay, sometimes we don't know the strategy because we haven't given the navigational system, the opportunity to tell us what direction to go because we still sitting still. GPS systems work when you're moving, when you're taking action, when you're doing something. Then it can say, okay, hey, you just went past the exit. Hey, do a U-turn at the next light. Da da da. Come on back. It needs to know that you're moving and you're going in some sort of direction. So then that way Your spirit, the universe, God, whoever it is that you believe in, can then speak to you and say, hey, come back, or slow down, or make a left turn at the stop sign, like whatever that situation may be, right? So, like I say all of that to say this. I know things are hella scary right now, especially gas prices, okay? Okay? These gas prices is ridiculous. But trust me when I say this, sis, burn that bridge to nowhere so you can get to where you need to be. Your bridge may be a job. It may be a relationship. It may be financial debt. It may be toxic family members. It may be excuses to start a business. Fear of going to a doctor. Whatever that bridge is for you, burn that bridge, right? Burn the bridge. It's for you to burn down and to never return. I'm going to say it again because I don't think you got it. This bridge is for you to burn down. That means you need to take action on whatever it is, whatever that bridge is, whatever that goal is, whatever it is that is going to get you to the next season of your existence, of whatever your life. And you need to stop going back to comfortable places. You need to challenge yourself. You need to grow. So therefore, burn the bridge and never return. You hear me? So I challenge you today to journal about bridges to nowhere in your life and execute a plan to set it ablaze, right? Well, girl, yeah, that's it. That's all I came here to say. Y'all know I try to make these podcast episodes very, very, very minimal, very short, straight to the point. Just to give you a little motivation every so often, because you already know, you already see what the world is right now, and I just encourage you to find that silver lining, that positive place. The key is to not let what's going on in the atmosphere get into your internal atmosphere, and to always keep a positive outlook on life, on your journey. So with that being said, again, if y'all haven't followed me, y'all know where your girl is at. If you're new to listening to the Confidence on Stilettos podcast, you can find me on Instagram at confidence_on_stilettos. And on Facebook, it's Confidence on Stilettos. And then also, I do have a YouTube channel. I would love for you to go subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I will be putting more content out there here very soon. And the YouTube channel is under my name, which is Laketta Willis, Laketta Willis. And yes, I'm going to tell you where to get these journals and these t-shirts from. So we have Confidence on Stilettos journals that's on the MakiBeauty.com website. Maki is Makei, Beauty, Beauty. So you can go ahead and get your Confidence on Stilettos journals. I still have the sweatshirts out there. I still have the t-shirts. There will be more merchandise coming. There's a lot of things that's in the works as always. So with that being said and done, beauties, my boss beauties, I will talk to y'all on the next one. If there is a topic that you want me to address, or you want to just be featured, or come on to the podcast, just let me know by emailing me serious inquiries only at confidenceonstilettos@gmail.com. All right, until next time, y'all have a beautiful one.